Hey you, good morning. It's 6:45 actually, and I've just watched a spectacular full moon eclipse. I thought I would give you a quick synopsis of what I saw. Um, I started watching it about just after 4 a.m. and it was already, I'll use my little ball here to demonstrate, it was already about half covered. And I watched as from left to right it continued until about 4:40 a.m. Eventually, it just was. All we could see was, um, well, just this reddish, dark ring. It looked more ball-like, actually, interestingly, than I'd ever seen it. Um, but it looked as though it had been sort of swallowed by something, and you could see it, but there were, the light of it was completely occluded by 4:40 a.m. And then for the next hour or so, it didn't really change other than to move its position in the sky. And then when I started watching it again, it was kind of doing this. He was doing this. He was getting light from the bottom. That doesn't make sense, does it? If it's if the model that we're given is that it kind of gets covered by the Earth, then eventually it should kind of start appearing again. The new moon should start, or the moon should come back out the other side, not start uncovering itself from top to bottom. I didn't get to see the whole of it because cloud has now covered up the skies, but that's what I saw. Um, it doesn't match the heliocentric stuff, junk, nonsense that I was forced to accept in school. So that's that. Beautiful, stunning, and I'm really grateful to have been able to see that. Was it Rahu Ketu business? I don't know. But it was quite amazing. Anyway, I didn't want to make this long. It's really just for moon fundies and for perhaps for globers to think that, yeah, that's another little nail in the coffin. It doesn't really fit the model. Really, it doesn't. You can try and do maths and refraction and giants stepping up or something. You can do whatever you like, but it doesn't really. You can't model that. Take a light and a couple of a ball, two balls, and see if you can create that scenario with our elliptical orbits and all that business. But while I'm here, as I have a moment, I want to restate my this. I don't want to call it my because it's been given to me. It's not mine. It's a collection of everybody's information that I've received so far, and some information from upstairs. And it may already be out there, and people may already poo-pooed it, but I just think that the single apple torus model is no longer good enough. And I was watching some stuff by Jones Senoj, which is an account that should have a lot more followers. He's a very good thinker about torus models and so on. And even guys like this are not thinking of the possibility of there being two stacked toruses with a third plasmatic, that's my own word, a third torus generated by the heart. And that being the cushion that these two opposing torus fields sort of cushion themselves into and interact on. I've got so much to say on this. When you have that model with the two torus and the third entering with the third where the energy is entering at the top and descending down to the bottom, then entering at the top and descending down through to the bottom. And on the inverse at the bottom, you've got it coming in at the bottom, the energy coming in at the bottom and rising up from the ground, which makes sense, right? Stuff is rising from the ground. The negative ions rising from the ground and the positive ions descending from above. We descend from the heavens, and the devil comes from below, the masculine, the red, the six, the heavy, and the nine, the light, the blue from above, but always fed with the green from the center, from the heart. It's going outwards and up and down and around. This is when you've got these two stacked upon each other, then you get the 8, you get the infinity, and the 3 wraps around them, the 3 inverted on both sides, one this side, one that side. And from that you get the 0. And with the central energetic pole where you've got the energies coming down from above and the energies going up from below, coming up from below, you create the trunk, you create the center pole where you have the caduceus, you have the snakes. And here's the key difference. One snake is going up. Only one, not both, as we're taught. And one snake is going down. It's logical, as above, so below. So think about that. Get back to me. Have a great day. Feel the love. The new moon is meant to be all about love and moving on from the crap that we've gone through. Peace and love. Oh, there's someone here. I should just say hello to people that are here. That would be rude of me not to. It's hard for me to read this, so please apologize. I mean, please forgive me for my fingering of this keyboard is just appalling. I can see a good day, mate, and I am going to wear glasses soon. Good morning. Cannot see there. You can't see the moon in Oregon. Okay. Is that all black things are white or something? I can't really read. Is that Kim? Hi. Hi, Kim. Love the shave. Yeah. You know, Alexander recoils from my beard because when I put it in his face, you know, it's a lot of prickle. And he recoils from that. And, you know, I don't really want that. I want to be able to kiss him and cuddle him. And I think that's motivated me to partly to take a shave. We're hoping to see you guys soon, very soon. Yeah, I want to spend time unpacking this other model, by the way. Oh, and sorry you couldn't see the moon yet. I wonder if that means you won't be able to see the eclipse because the eclipse would have happened in this moment of time, right? And it was outside of your view during the time that it happened. I guess that happens all the time. You guys know that the moon rolls like a coin, right? I've seen that. I see that all the time. It's doing this as it moves through the sky. Some people say to me that that's because it's just traveled from here to there and that your perspective means that it looks like it's rolled. Bullshit. If you still think that, you're still thinking the way you were brainwashed to think. That's not happening. Model that. Show me that in a model and I'll review what I think. But I don't see that. I see this as it moves across the sky. A turning. Once in 24 hours or once in 23 hours. I can't be sure, you know, exactly how. There's some parts of that I can't be sure about. But I'm sure that it rolls. And I'm sure that is not simply because my perspective on it is different. I think that in Oregon, you're going to see a different part of the moon turning. Take this dark stain on it, for example. Let's put the dark stain up here. I'll see the dark stain move that much through 12 hours. Wait, you're in Oregon, right? So the dark stain will arrive. The dark stain will arrive to you about there, and you'll see it for 12 hours. You see? If you can see it. from 6 till 6 or whatever. So it's a 24-hour clock face, I think. That's what I think. And obviously it rotates once in 24 hours. And you've got to be patient if you want to see that. You've got to pick a spot on the moon and do that. Anyway, I'm going to go. I am... Yeah, we'll talk again, because this model that I'm working on, I think that I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing that people have put this together like this yet. So I'm hoping it edifies, because for me, having the one snake go up and the one snake come down, it starts to change the way you see things. And it puts a right balance into the idea of the 666 is maybe, all they've done is they focused on the 666 is the male, the lower Taurus. What about the 9? And what about the 3? I think this is what they've done, is they've hidden the 3 and they've hidden the 9. And they put it all behind male, 666. See, this type of stuff starts to fall into place when you see this 3-part Trinity model. There is the 4th element, the arcing, which I think is the skin of your pomegranate. It's the skin. It's the firmament. It's the barrier that we can't get below or above, okay, or out of. I think that's how probably the bark. All right.